So, but as you pointed out as well, your area of expertise, your sweet spot is on tax planning. So before we talk about tax planning as could potentially be impacted by intelligence, which is artificial, what do you see are the big trends, like perhaps three big trends that are impacting the whole tax advisory space as we speak right now? Now just for those who see this afterwards, we're at the end of May 2023. So yeah, what do you see the big trends that are impacting your practice?
Yeah, I mean, sort of having moved from the compliance side, where I think it's clear to everybody that automation and AI will happen and actually is happening. I think the really dangerous thing is that people in our profession might believe that we are doing something in the advisory side. We're doing something which is so high level, so technical, so complicated, that machines will not be able to do that. And I think sort of the main takeaway, if I may say so, from my appearance here on your podcast, I think the main takeaway could be that basically, no, it is not the case that professions which are super complicated are safe from AI. Actually, the legal profession is the number 2 profession, according to a Goldman Sachs report, the number 2 profession which will be basically endangered by AI. Now, we have to put that a bit into perspective, because the legal profession is a very wide, a very broad area. There are lots of sort of things you can do. I mean, you can do, for example, due diligence. So maybe you're a corporate lawyer and you're reviewing documents. Okay, that is of course again a bit more into sort of things that can be automated. Or maybe you are a private client lawyer. You're working as a trusted advisor. You have built a relationship over more than a decade with somebody. For your gut feeling, for your network of contacts, for your relationship, for your knowledge, how to do things, how sort of things might work in the background. They might just need you to solve problems without this sort of becoming known. So this is definitely something that's also in the advisory field, which will not be taken over. You have to definitely make distinctions here. So having said that, I mean, your question, Darren, was it focused on? So you said the 3 like most important things happening. Was that sort of just outside of AI?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, outside of AI, because my thinking is that, hey, on the advisory side, it's already subject to disruption. This is not something new. The profession has already been coping with disruptive forces. So this is just one on top of it, or perhaps it's all encompassing. I don't know. But yeah, just to kind of create context to the advisory side.
Yeah, I mean, sort of in international tax planning, I mean, for the last decade, we have seen all sorts of additional reporting obligations and information exchange, all sorts of rules and legal instruments pursuant to which authorities exchange information with other tax authorities, and it's a smaller and smaller world. So maybe it's just a game of catching up. Previously, the taxpayer was in a better position because the taxpayer was making use of globalization. Taxpayers were crossing borders. Beginning in the 1970s, we're doing business abroad, we're having a bank account abroad, we're sort of having IP maybe abroad, and the tax authorities, they were confined to national borders. They could not access information in tax havens, say, or even in other civilized countries. And we achieved, tax authorities achieved a level playing field. So they got access to all sorts of information from outside of their own territory, outside of their own jurisdiction. But of course, it has not only been a rolling back and a leveling up with the taxpayers, it has actually moved into a distinct advantage for the tax authorities. They are now often in a position to be able to change laws even before we have implemented the structure. So think about DAC 6, sort of the European rules on notification of tax schemes, of tax planning arrangements. So you basically think up some strategy, and even before you file a tax return, you already notify the authorities, who will then basically, you can say, pass the law, because there's not really a distinction between the Ministry of Finance and the Parliament, because Parliament does what Ministry of Finance or the Treasury or the Internal Revenue Service in your case would basically tell them, and any loophole that you as an advisor might have found will be closed before your client can even sort of file his tax return. So I would say that the playing field is not level, but it has shifted again in the direction that one party has a benefit, and in this case it's the tax authorities rather than the taxpayer.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.